Hi, in this week's video, I'm just going to talk to you about how to triple your financial results with one simple strategy. So there's three key parts of this, but I just want to teach you about leverage and leveraging your finances. Okay, there's many different types of leverage. There's leveraging other people's experience, other people's time, other people's money. But in this simple video, I just want to teach you about leveraging your money to get the best from it. Okay, so some people come along to me and they buy a house and they spend £100,000 on the house, let's say, for round numbers. Okay, and they buy it for cash. Now, if you spend £100,000 on a house and you buy it for cash, and the market over the next year or two goes up 10%, your money has grown by £10,000. Okay? So the market's gone up 10% and you've made a 10% return on your money. Okay? Now, let's imagine that you're more savvy than that. So what you're going to do, if you follow my advice, is you're going to split your £100,000 down into 4 separate deposits of £25,000 each. And I know there's some other smaller fees and things like that that get involved, but just for simplicity, let's just assume we're dealing with deposits for now. So we buy our 4 houses, and these are £100,000 houses. We put a £25,000 deposit down, and we borrow from the bank £75,000. Now, you need to make sure when you buy these houses that the cash flow is correct, that the rent will pay for the mortgage, not just at today's great rates, but also maybe 3-4% higher than they are at the moment, so you stress test it. Plus, we'll pay for maintenance, plus we'll pay for any insurance costs, and we'll also pay for any letting agency fees, okay? And then still have cash left over. So it needs to be cash flow profitable. But if you buy each of these properties to be cash flow profitable, the beauty here is you've now got, for your £100,000 spend, you've got control of £400,000 worth of property. Now, why is that important? It's important because when the market goes up 10%, your property portfolio now goes up £40,000. So the market goes up 10%, but you've achieved 40% growth on your money when the market's only moved 10%. This is why I'm passionate about UK property investment, because there's no other investment in the UK where you can get this type of leverage, unless you're trading options on the stock market, which is a lot more risky and takes many years to learn. But unless you're trading options on the stock market, there's no other way in the UK to get this kind of leverage. And the banks aren't stupid. They don't lend money on buy-to-lets because they know they're going to lose money. They lend it because they know it's a safe, secure investment. And I'd advise gearing at 75%. You could gear this at 50% and get only 2. You can gear higher. There are mortgages at 80 or 85%. But I want my clients and I want you to be safe and secure with your investment. So for me, I'd always recommend gearing at 75%. It maximizes the leverage, but keeps you safe and secure. The properties will never drop that much, and you'll never lose that headroom, basically. Okay. So here, we've quadrupled our financial returns by buying 4 properties instead of only buying 1 property. Now, the real key, let's now leverage by buying with discount. Okay. So we're going to leverage on top of the leveraging. So let's assume these 4 houses, we'd gone out there and found houses that we could buy that were worth £100,000, but we could buy them for £80,000. So this property is worth 100, but you're able to buy it for 80,000, which means I only need to put down a £20,000 deposit and get a mortgage for 60. Now, because I'm only putting down £20,000, I can actually get 5 of these instead of 4 of these. So I have 5 properties all worth 100 each, and my mortgage on each one is only 60 on each one. Okay. Now there's 2 key things here. The first is any time between 6 months and 2 years after buying these, providing I've done things properly, and that's something else you need to learn, I can refinance these properties and draw out back up to 75% borrowing. So I can take this from 60,000 of borrowing back up to 75,000 of borrowing, meaning that I get 15,000 out of each of these properties. So I put 100,000 in to start with, 15,000 times 5, I end up in a couple of years' time with 75,000 back out. So I've only put into the investment now £25,000 into the investment. Okay. When the market goes up 10%, I've got £500,000 worth of property now going up 10%. So the market goes up 10%, I get 50k of increase. The market's gone up 10%, I've got 200% return on my investment. Remember, just buying one property, you got 10% return when it went up 10%. When you bought 4 properties instead of 1, you got 40% return when it went up 10%. Now, because I've learnt to buy at discount and refinance, and because I've learnt to buy multiple properties, the multiplication of those two things together gives me a 200% return when the market goes up 10%. Would you like a 200% return when the market goes up 10%? Now, on average, the UK property market goes up 7.9% per annum. It has for the last 80 years. So taking the time to learn to buy at discount is absolutely crucial. Now, the final piece of this video is that if you don't know how to buy at discount just yet, or if you've done some learning on it, but you just can't quite apply it, it's not working for you, you're just struggling to find these deals with a 20% discount. You know, the simplest way to make this happen for yourself is to team up with somebody who is a professional at this, somebody who makes a living buying at discount. You know, if it costs me £5,000 to pay to somebody else, a property sourcer, let's say, to buy each of these houses, that would have cost me £25,000. Now, that's reduced my return to only 100% return on my money when the market goes up 10%. So you might be disappointed that you're reducing your return, but I've doubled my money when the market's only gone up 10%. And if over the next 15 years, the market's going to go up 100%, it normally doubles every 8 years, this is going to be over 1,000% increase on my money. So for me, when I'm starting out, or I don't know how to source with discount, I either need to commit the time and effort and absolutely make sure I can, because I'm getting so much bigger results. And that's the reward of committing your own time and effort. Or I'm going to outsource this. But I have to buy at discount. I cannot accept buying properties without buying them at discount. Invest with knowledge, invest with confidence, create financial freedom. I'll speak to you soon.